shooting a video from my backyard because it's fucking gorgeous out. All right. This is a video on something that I've been dealing with, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to talk you through how I got through this, because this is really important to know, and how to dive into some investigation yourself when you start getting these overwhelming feelings of, holy shit, I just instantly started binge eating all of a sudden, and I've been doing really good with not doing it. Or all of a sudden I've been really self-conscious, or I've been feeling like I've been gaining extra weight, or carrying around extra poundage, or something just doesn't feel right with my body, right? Do you ever get in those moods all of a sudden where you're just like, my routine is off, my eating habits, everything's just off right now, and something doesn't feel right? So I want you to dive into this with me, because I've been feeling this lately. Lately, I've been feeling like all of a sudden I'm eating a little bit more than I usually do, which is, it's okay. I'm going to accept that. I'm going to honor my hunger and respect my fullness, because that's what I do. But it's odd, and I'm wondering why. I'm craving more sweets. There's my palate has turned more to sweet things and brownies and things like that, which isn't a bad thing, but I'm curious about it. So this in itself, that point of getting to curiosity instead of resentment or judgment or comparison, or, well, you should be doing this and you should be doing that, it is very, very helpful. So I want you to recognize it. And as my therapist once told me, she goes, right, the thing that's happening, it's like the train. So the train is going by, and okay, you're overeating. And although I don't binge eat anymore, I still have times where I overeat, which is totally acceptable. And that's okay. I just understand where it's coming from. But this, I'm like, where the fuck is this coming from? So I've got this train going by of overeating. And what we tend to do is we tend to attach an emotional caboose to it. And now all of a sudden we've got this really heavy train. It's going by, and we're just like, what the hell? This seems so much heavier, right? Everything seems heavy physically, mentally. So what she had told me to do was to take off the emotional caboose, right? Now you just have the fact going by of, all right, I've been overeating lately. I've been really self-conscious about my body image, more than usual, which there's a threshold, right? There's a spectrum of, I used to be this crazy obsessive person about it. And at one point in time, I didn't care about it at all. And now I'm in this nice gray area. Sometimes it's lighter gray, sometimes it's darker gray, and that's okay. At least I'm not at either extreme. So what I do when I take off that emotional caboose is I actually put myself in a place of investigation and curiosity, rather than hatred or comparison or judgment and all the things that shame and guilt bring. So when I take off the emotional caboose, now I just have the fact of, I'm overeating now. So, okay, let's dive into this, right? I recognized it. That is the very first step. You have to recognize that, okay, this is happening without attaching an emotional caboose to it, okay? So if you do have that emotional caboose on, if you're feeling shameful, if you're feeling guilty, if you're feeling all the feels that don't feel helpful to you, remove it. You just have a fact now. So now we have this fact of, I've been eating. So let's dive into the investigation part, right? Let's get curious. So the first couple of questions I want you to ask yourself is, number one, what is my environment like lately, right? Have you been seeing people that you normally haven't seen in a while? Do you have friends or family members coming in or visiting soon, or have they just came in and visited? Is it something to where your environment's changing, the seasons are changing, right? It's summer. We just opened up our pool, right? So I'm just going to gather this information. It's all I need to do at this point in time. So if you have a pen and paper, this is super helpful. Write down all the things that are changing, whether it's the seasons. Remember, these are the things that are out of your control, okay? Not the things that you can control, not the things that you're thinking about, just the things that are happening around you, your epigenetics, right? The things outside of your control that are happening that are causing you to feel this way. So, and write down anything and everything you can think of, right? Kids are getting out of school soon, or, classes are ending, or school is ending, or school is starting up, or a new routine in life is taking place because we're going back into work a little bit more. Quarantine is lifting, right? So I'm seeing friends more. Summer plans are being made. We just scheduled a vacation, right? All these things are going to add up to things that we'll talk about later, because this could be a part of it. So you did your environment, right? You've got that in there. And now I want you to start taking those things and go one by one with the list that you just made. So now let's take the summer's coming, right? All of a sudden, as the seasons shift, especially as summer's coming, I used to get really uptight about my body and how it looked in the summer. And now we have a pool at our house. I've never had a pool at my house before, ever. So we're going to be that house where everybody's coming over. I'm going to live in a bathing suit out here. That's instantly going to bring fear to my brain of, oh my gosh, I need to lose weight. I need to get into a smaller swimsuit size. I need to be like hot girl summer, pool ready. You know what I mean? That type of thing. And those are all old thoughts, right? Those are all socially ingrained thoughts that in my brain I've grown up with and just kind of lived by, that, hey, if I'm going to be in a bathing suit, I got to look skinny. I got to look lean. I got to look a certain way. And I never shame myself for feeling that thought. I believe all feelings and thoughts are totally valid, but it's what you do with them afterwards that matters. And like I tell my clients, this is called first thought, second thought thinking, right? Your first thought is always your most socially ingrained thought, and your second thought is going to be the thought that is your growth thought, your thought that is going to become your new thought pattern. So it's okay if you think that first thought, but recognize it and be like, whoa, first of all, is that story true? Are my friends going to disown me if I am at the pool and my cellulite's out, or I'm wearing a cover up and my stomach isn't flat? Are my kids going to disown me? Will my husband not love me anymore? Like, all these fears that we have, I want you to ask, are these real? Or am I making these up in my head, right? What's going to happen if I don't lose 10 pounds this summer? Nothing, right? So, and again, the point is, I'm not saying don't be healthy, don't work out, don't do all these things. It's just, let's put the focus off of our body and more onto health. So along with that, quarantine, like I said, is lifting. That's another thing. We're seeing more of our friends now. We're seeing more people. And I know everybody right now is freaking out. A lot of my clients too, that, hey, Christi, I haven't seen these people in like a year or so. They've seen me on Zoom face up, and now I'm going to see them, and all of a sudden they're going to be like, whoa, she gained weight. And we're basically afraid of what other people are going to think of us. And I'm not going to tell you not to care what other people think about you. I think it's human nature to care what other people think about you, but I'm a spectrum person, right? To what extent? I used to care so much about what people thought of me that it changed who I was. And then I'm slowly kind of like going back into this more gray area of, yes, I care, but if I won't take advice from you, I won't care about your opinions and your thoughts, right? So to what extent are you caring that these people are going to say something about you? And if they're your friends, do you want those people as friends if they're going to actually comment on your body and say stuff like that? And B, if it's somebody who's more of a family member that is just kind of says the things that they say, you have full permission to feel however you want to feel, but also know that it's okay if they don't understand you. It's okay if they don't know what you've been through. Your body just survived a pandemic. So you're alive, you're watching this video, you did good, okay? We have to realize that all the shit that we've put our body through the past decades and years, we have not taken care of it and treated it with the respect that it deserves. So our body's been with us through thick and thin. And when I start to get really low on my body image and start kind of getting down on myself, I start thinking about all that my body and I have been through together, all that I've put it through, the deprivation, the hunger, the starvation, shutting down my body at one point, almost dying because of eating disorders, working it to the max, being overworked and underfed. I've put my body through a lot, and it's been with me for this long. So when we look at all these things coming up, I start thinking, man, I've been overeating. I've been like craving sweets. Well, I kind of looked at some upcoming things in my life that were happening too. And I'm like, man, this weekend I am going out to California to see my business mentorship for the first time. You guys, my business mentorship is all fitness professionals. I am going out with all these jacked women who are like super, toned and things like that. And they're just muscular and fit. And I don't look like how I used to, right? I do realize I'm a person of thin privilege, but I've gained 35 pounds from my leanest. So I am like kind of inwardly scared. I'm scared. I have those same fears. What are they going to think of me? Oh, here's the fat nutritionist. Here's the girl. Wow, she really gained some weight. Look at her. She should have just stayed lean, or da 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 da. I kind of am like fearing all these things of what they're going to say. And again, I have to tell myself the same thing. Is that real? Okay? And are they going to be like, nope, you're kicked out of the mentorship because you're not lean like us, right? No, that's not going to happen. And my thing that I always think too is, if I'm thinking this, more than likely 90% of the people that I'm seeing are thinking the exact same thing, right? Will they accept me? Will they accept my body? Will they accept the way that I look, the way that I dress, the way I do my hair, the way I do my makeup, right? And I think as women, we can understand this more because we get judged more, but also because we judge ourselves. So the more you judge yourself, the more you're gonna judge others. So I really want you to start taking a look at what's going on in your life, right? Because I'm thinking, oh man, I think old thoughts are creeping in, and old like habit loops and thought patterns and routines are creeping in. Like, man, this is, I should be dieting down by now, right? I should be going on this crazy diet or getting leaner so that when I go out to California and when we play volleyball and when we go out to the beach, like I can be in a swimsuit and I won't have to worry about anything, right? And that's what because that's what I've always done. I've always dieted down for the event. And I legit just like ate my lunch and then I had a brownie because I'm like, man, just tastes good to me. That feels good. But I also took care of myself today. You know, I had a great protein shake this morning. I played tennis. I worked my body, and it felt really good. So I've taken care of myself, and it's okay that I eat that brownie. It's okay that I have these things. So here's the thing. I was honestly overeating because I'm nervous about this trip. And whenever I start getting triggering thoughts of I need to lose weight, you're looking too big, you're looking bigger than usual, what's happening to you, where did your body go? When I start getting those nasty, unhelpful body image thoughts, what I do is I start to think of those things that are happening around me, and I start to break them down, and then I start to really dive into what's real and what's fake. And what's real is that I'm bringing my true self out there, okay? If those women want to talk about me, they can talk about me, but I guarantee you none of them will. I guarantee you they're just as scared as I am. And I think we all have a valid reason because we've all been taught in society that we need to judge each other by our looks. But we're changing the world right now. We're changing the world with this new mindset of health having no look, of it just taking care of yourself, right? So I encourage you to start diving into what's happening around you in your life. When you start getting these moments of shit, I need to lose weight, something's happening, right? Ask what's going on around you. Who are you seeing that you haven't seen in a while? What social events are coming up? What's changing in your life? What environmental factors are impacting you right now? Because I guarantee you it's something that's triggering you to bring that scarcity mindset around food in. And when food is scarce, of course, all you're going to do is look for it. And when you find it, you're going to have that Last Supper mentality of eat it all now so that it goes away and you won't have any more. So those are my thoughts for today. Hope this video helps. Let me know in the comments what else you need help with, what else I can help you with, what else you have questions on. This YouTube channel is for you. I want you to use it. Share it with your friends that need help in this arena as well, because we are in this together, okay? So, all right, I love you so much. I'll see you later. Bye.